All right. There we go. All right, guys. So I got the. Hopefully, everybody can see everything up and running. Got the little webcam up and running. Good to see you all. All right. Good. Good. And let me see the questions. There we go. All right, perfect. All right, guys. So thank you very much for being here, and it's nice to be back here for this event again. You know, it's always great that you guys have been here. Hopefully, you got a lot of good questions. But I'm going to talk about what does the top traders know the most about traders that don't. And the big thing is when it comes to trading, everyone, you got to know how to play the game of how things work. So I'm going to get right into it. I know I only got about 45 minutes. But I want to tell you something very important. I can't teach you how to trade in 45 minutes. I could teach you and teach enough to kind of spark your interest. And then hopefully at the end of this presentation, I'm going to invite all of you guys to see what we do, and I'll be able to apply everything I talked about so you could see why we trade the way we do. All right, guys? So let me just change the slide here, and there we go. There we go. All right, good. All right, so what we're going to learn is basically I'm going to talk about why you need to know where the market makers are trading. I'm going to explain to you what level 3 is, how basically you go out there and see where the big block orders are. I'm going to talk about what time and sales is, and I'm also going to tell you why indicators are not necessary for the purpose of I'm an actual day trader. And when we're day traders, we just make our days pay. We get in, we make our days pay, we work an hour in the morning, maybe a half an hour in the afternoon when the market closes, and that's it. So we basically work strictly on momentum, and we're just focused on making the money, and that's it. So with that said, just out of curiosity, is anyone here is a day trader? Anyone here day trading in the market? Just out of curiosity. Anybody here trading the stock market? What kind of traders, everyone, by the way? Just so I get to know a little bit about everyone that's here. What kind of traders do we have? Okay, options, stocks. Anyone else? What about you, Earl? Al, what about you? Anyone else? Forex, Chris? Okay. Anyone else? Don, you do day trading? Okay, good. All right, because listen, it's very important you guys, cryptocurrencies, okay? It's very important you guys ask questions because you got to remember the reason why you're here is you're here to learn, right? If you don't talk, I can tell you right now, when I started as a trader, if you didn't talk in trading, they kicked you right out. You were fired. Remember what I used to do? You had to work for somebody. So if you didn't contribute, that's it. They got to say, I'm going to do you a favor. You're not going to make it. So it's very important you guys get very, very engaged in the conversation. Listen, no one can see anyone's chat, but you got to be able to ask questions. We got Nalish, you do day trading and swing trading. MJ, you do some options and day trading. All right. So anyway, just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an actual day trader. And just to, I'm not here to bore you. I don't want to, hit air and brag about myself. It's not important to you. I know you guys want to learn how to trade, but I think it's very important that you know who's actually is talking to you. Now, I started when I was about 22 years old. I'm going to be 48 next month, and I've been doing it ever since. And just to let you know, when I first started, you couldn't do this in the beginning. You couldn't do this as a trade for yourself. You had to work for somebody. And let me tell you, what I learned on the job, no one should ever get into trading, because if you don't have the right tools and you're not surround yourself with the right people that are making money, how are you going to be successful at it? I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders, don't think you're going to be able to sit home and just trade by yourself with your 6 monitors and maybe subscribe to a couple of indicators, a couple of news services. It doesn't work, all right? You have to surround yourself and learn from other great traders. You obviously need a mentor. You got some great presenters here, and you should buy a little bit from everybody. You should know a little bit about cryptocurrency. You should know a little bit about options. You should know a little bit about Forex. Doesn't mean that it could, just when you might think it's for you, it might not. But I like day trading because what I've learned as a day trader is that I can come and go whenever I please. I can do it anywhere in the world. I can spend more time with my family. That's one of the reasons why I do it. And I think that's why a lot of you guys do it also. But to do it, you got to do it right, okay? You just can't go out there and, take an hour webinar. Oops. Hold on. Oops, I got something. Hold on one second. I had another class that was going on, and one of my other instructors in another room. I don't know if you guys heard that. Apologize for that. But But let's get right back into it and let's start trading. I just have a couple of pictures here showing you some of our on-site webinars that we do, on-site classes that we do. We have students from all over the world that come all over the place, and just to show you that they're just like you. They're just traders just like you. Now, now that I know a little bit about you, you know a little bit about me. Now let me tell you a little bit about why we actually do this job of day trading. Now, day trading, listen, I don't know why, but people give it like a really bad name. They think that when you go out there and they're like, oh, you're a day trader, you're going to lose all your money. Listen, you want to be a good swing trader, a good options trader, you damn well better be a good day trader first, because it's what happens over the course of the day, which trickles into a swing trade, which trickles into a options trade. Actually, you got to understand something. What makes an option move is the movement of the stock. If you don't know what the stock is doing, how the hell you know what the option's doing? Okay. And the thing about day trading is that a lot of people like it is because once you make your money, it's just more about less. You go to work, there's your job, your goal is to make X amount of money, and that's it. We don't see day traders, we don't care what we trade. Okay. We just care about volatility and market movement. That's it. Now, there's a lot of stocks that are moving. There's 25,000 stocks that are out there to trade. So you have a very good, Jimmy Buffett, let's call it. You can pick and choose whatever you want, whatever the flavor for the day is. So it's not like, oh, I trade the S&P futures. I trade the S&P futures. The problem with the S&P futures, they don't move every day. There's 25,000 other stocks out there to trade. So what we do is we like to trade stocks that have the big percentage gainers and losers. Now, regarding about trading, what I've learned and what I'm about to show you right now is the style and how Wall Street trades. Now, the question is this, and everybody should be able to answer this question. So I got a question for all of you, okay? And I expect everybody to answer this. And I'm telling you right now, if you can't answer this question, you should just quit trading right now. I'm just being honest. Listen, I'm from New York. We're very straightforward. Don't take it in a bad way. All right. How do stocks go up and down in the market? Could everyone answer that question? How do stocks go up and go down? Supply and demand. All right, just write S&D. Everyone, could you write just S&D? Just to see if we just got a pulse. Mike, what about you? Bill, Julie? Just write S&D. S&D, supply and demand. If I'm wrong, just say, I don't know what you're talking about. Earl, thanks a lot. Everyone else? Supply and demand, right? Am I wrong? Chris? Okay. Am I wrong? Supply and demand? All right, good. All right. So, everybody got that. Now, the big thing about supply and demand is you just got to follow the money. That's all you have to do is follow the money. You don't have to do anything else. Just follow the buyers and follow the sellers. So the thing is this. To do that, you don't want to go into different markets and just trade them just because somebody said, oh, because they have good margin requirements, or you don't need a big brokerage account. It's got a good tax purpose. What you really care about is, where am I going to risk my money that's going to give me the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward? And there's no better thing to do than trading and following the dominated market makers. So that's what we're going to focus on. Now, how do we follow the dominating brokerage firms? What tools do they use? Well, it's all about the data, right? So you got three different views here of how do we view the data of a quote on a specific stock or anything. So you have level 1, level 2, and level 3. Now, level 1 just basically just tells you who the buyers and sellers, the price of the stock. So if I ask anybody, okay, what's I don't know, Amazon trading at? You'll say, oh, it's $1,800. Okay, great. How does that make you money? Like Micron Technologies. How does that make you money? Okay, so that's the quote. Who's buying it? Who's selling it? Is there a lot of buyers out there? There's a lot of sellers out there. You can't see that level 1. Now there was this thing that came out that was called level 2. Level 2, the problem is, doesn't show you all the orders out there. It shows you who's looking. It shows you, a market maker's symbol. It says how many shares. Like 1 means 100. Big deal. What is 100 shares going to do for me? You know what I want to see? I want to see the 10,000, the 100,000 share orders. And the only way you're going to see it is something that is called level 3, which is here on the right. Now, does anyone here know what level 3 is? Anybody know what level 3 trading is? Just give me a yes or no. Level 3. No. Anyone else? Earl, you do. Chris doesn't. Anyone else? No, no, no. All right, so I'll just take that as a no. I'll take that as a no. All right. So let's look at it this way. Think about this for a second. How much better and smarter trades would you make if I was to tell you that you could see where 70% of the buyers and sellers are? John, you use level 4, Bookmap. That's right. Okay, good, good. That's even better. Well, right now, there's a lot of people here that are just don't even know what level 3 is, more or less level 2. So that's perfect. Let's focus on level 3 because that's obviously after that. So level 3, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to see where all the orders are. And you have to understand, we're all looking to buy something, and you might be more of a buyer at a different price than others. For example, I might be a buyer of LK at like 1964, for 10 shares, but I might be a real big buyer if I can get it at 940 for 5,000. That's a big difference from 10 shares to 5,000. But you're not going to see these orders unless you have level 3. So now how do we utilize this data? Well, just remember, the way things go up and go down is supply and demand, buyers and sellers. That's all you really have to understand about trading. Everything else is just window dressing. So let's look at this example right here. We're looking at a stock, CTL, and you see how the stock literally at 1140, how it came right down, hit a price of 1130, went right back up, came back down. Hold on, let me get my crayon so you can follow me along. There we go, okay. Went down, went back up, came back down, went back up, and went from 1130 all the way to 1140 over the course of the day. And you're like, wow, where the hell that came from? Why did the stock bounce, at 1130 and went all the way to 1170? Why didn't it want to go past 1130? Why can it go to 1150? I mean, why stop 1150? Why didn't it go to $10? Why 1130? Well, when you look over here on the level 3, you'll notice right at 1128, which is pretty much at that buy at 1130, there was a 105,000 share buyer. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what is that, about $1 million worth of stock? Are you putting $1 million into an idea where everyone else is only looking to buy, $11,000 worth of stock, 50,000? There's somebody looking to buy $1 million worth of stock. Are you telling me that you're smarter than that guy? There's an old saying in trading, why beat them? Just join them. So when you look at the chart and you're like, oh, is that why it bounced? I thought it was Mr. Fibonacci that made that do that. No, it was because that buyer was out there that did it. Let's change the slide. That's right. I got it. Level 3 is the book order, right? That's the order. That's right there. That's the. It's also called the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq book. But I like to call it level 3. Everyone, like TradeStation, calls the matrix. All that stuff. So let me move on. Okay, so here's another example. So here's a stock that goes from $18 in a matter of, I don't know, about an hour. Goes from $18 all the way up to $20. Huge winner in about an hour. Buy 1,000 shares of that stock, $2, $2,000, $500,000. I'll take that job any day. Okay? And not only that, but you did it in an hour. But the question is, that's nice. But how do we know it was going to stop at 20? Why didn't it go to 22? Why didn't it just stop at 19 and go back to 18? Listen, stocks go up and go down. Once again, supply and demand. Let's look at the sell orders. 2,000 share seller. Hold on, get my crayons here again. 2,000 share seller, 2,900, 900, 800, from $19.88. Once you get down to $20, you have 117,000 share seller. And from 10 o'clock all the way till, what, 1 o'clock, stock had such a tough time breaking $20. Why 20? I don't know. Maybe because there was 117,000 share seller out there. Think about it. Do you want to trade against that guy? You think you're smarter than him? What does that guy want to buy? $2 million worth of stock? So the thing is this. It's all about following the money. Like, let's look at this chart right here. Let's do a quick test. What do you think this stock is doing right here? Looking at the chart, what is the trend? Up or down? Everyone. What's the trend of the stock right here? Up or down? It's a simple question. It's not a complicated question. Down, right? Down, down, down. Okay. Right off the bat, did you need an indicator to tell you that? Did you need some special tool to tell you that? No. You see the trend. You're a smart person. You figured it out. Okay? All right. Now, do stocks go down forever? Could this stock go down to zero? That could happen. But realistically, there's always people taking profits. It could be a short, whatever it is. So what do we need for this stock to go up, guys? What do we need this stock to go up? Buyers, right? Can everybody write that in? Buyers. Do you see a buyer on a chart? Do you see buyers? No. What do we need? Level 3. So, what happens if you have a buyer of $250,000 sitting at $21.50? What do you think could happen with that big of a buyer? Was that $5 million worth of stock looking to be bought? What do you think is going to happen? What should happen? Stock should rise, right, Phil? It could be a support level, Chuck, right? Holy cow. Is that, first of all, is anyone confused yet? Does that seem difficult? Anyone lost? Everybody following along? Okay, it's not hard, right? Good, good. All right. Well, remember that stock we said was going down? This is actually the level 3. Well, when you thought it was going down at $21.50, what you didn't see is that there was that buyer sitting out there, and then you had about literally over several minutes. Eventually, it didn't go past 21. It went right back to up to 22. And by knowing that buyer was out there at $21.50, guess what? In a matter of an hour and a half, you could have made yourself a good 50 cents on 1,000 shares, $500, $100,000 salary. Who doesn't want that job? How'd you know it was going up? I don't know. Maybe because there was a 250,000 share buyer out there. Maybe he goes out there and he starts executing all the sellers out there. All right. You're enjoying it, Chucks? You know what? Listen, that's why you're here. Listen, you know why I have time to talk right now? Because I was done trading at 10 o'clock. That's the reason why. Trading's not a full-time job. You make your day's pay, you trade the morning, and you follow the money, and that's it. All right, let's do the opposite, everyone. Let's see how good you guys are. At what price are traders selling LK? This is a stock LK. At what price do you think they're selling it? Let's see how you guys answer this question. Remember, where are the sellers? On the right. Look for the orders. Okay. Got a couple of people. Phil, what about you? Where do you think resistance level is? Okay. Now, Phil, you're right, because there's 10 shares out there looking to be sold at 21.05. But how do you compare that to what everyone else is saying at 21.20, where you have a 26,000 share seller out there? I mean, think about it. Who is going to make more of a resistance for the stock to go higher? The 10 share seller or the 26,000 share seller? Does that seem hard, everybody? Does that seem complicated? Guess what? Look at this chart right here. What's the stock doing? It's going up. Everybody out there would think this stock is going higher. It's right up your alley, everything. Yeah, guess what? You just came up to a sell of 26,000 shares. So you could think all you want. You could prepare all you want. You could be drooling and cheering and high-fiving your wife or spouse or husband, whatever you were with, your friend, your kid. Hey, honey, we made money on the stock. We're at 1940. We own 1,000 shares. Let's go out to dinner. I just made $800, but it's going higher because the trend is higher. It's got a double top. It's got everything. But you forgot to look at the sellers out there looking to sell it. And guess what? Stock didn't go higher. And all that money you just made, you just lost it. Because you didn't take that profit because that seller went out there and says, you know what? It's time to sell. Because you didn't join him. You tried to beat him. And guess who beat you? The guy with the big order. And all that money and all that hard work, you just lost it. Think about that for a second. How many of you guys, fellow traders, have been into a trade, okay, and you always feel like you're always behind the eight ball, or you feel like somebody's watching you, or you feel like you're chasing, and every time you buy it, the thing goes down. As soon as you sell it, it goes up. Well, did you see the orders out there? That's trading. So, listen, I love trading, but I hate seeing people lose money. And it's all about ignorance. That's what it comes down to. Why you got to lose money, I don't understand, other than you have to ask yourself, who really trained you? Listen, before I was a successful trader, I was a very good, successful loser. I blew up 2 accounts. And listen, I was 22 years old. I was an ignorant 22-year-old kid. I think we're a lot older here than 22 years old. I assume a 22-year-old will be in college right now. But back then, living in New York, just graduated, seeing kids driving all these expensive cars, living in the financial capital of the world, and I'm like, what do these people do for money? And finding out that's what they were doing. And then being ignorant, not want to commute back and forth to the city. I'm like, why should I go work for somebody? I want to keep all the money myself. Yeah, that didn't work out too well for me. Can we go over level 4, Chris? No, Chris. Actually, I will go over level 4, and I will cover it after this event if you want to come and join me in a live trading. It's a little bit more detailed, okay? But I'm glad. Thanks for your interest, Chris, because guess what? I am going to cover that. But that's a little bit more. What I'm going to do I got about 15 minutes, and I'm going to invite all of you guys to come to my original online trading room, and I will cover level 4 in that, okay? All right, so what do we call all these things? So we call them iceberg orders. And iceberg orders, basically, I came up with that word about 20 years ago after watching the movie The Titanic. And we all know about the Titanic. Greatest ship in the world, fast ship in the world, most luxurious ship in the world, unsinkable ship in the world. They forgot to think that you need radar to see what's, thinking they can get through get past an iceberg, didn't realize not what's on top of the water, it's what's on the bottom of the water. So you got to look for those big orders, and the only way you can see those big orders is having level 3. Phil says, I need to know more about level 3. Well, Phil, listen, I'm basically talking just enough to get you dangerous. You understand? So the thing is this. When like I told you when you first started, I can't teach you to be a successful trader in an hour. I could just basically just spark your interest. But if you really want to learn how to do this, I'm going to invite all of you to come to the trading room that I started 25 years ago, and you're going to see what it's like to see this live in the market. You can see how it actually works. See, right now, listen, it's so pretty to make these nice screenshots, and so much easier to kind of like think this is staged a little bit more, but it's not staged when you put money on the line. And I'm going to invite all of you guys to see it live. So, but let me tell you, I'm glad that, it sparked your interest. I'm glad all of you now starting to realize it, but let me tell you something. You better follow the money. You don't follow the money, you're going to get yourself in big, big trouble. Now, I know everybody likes indicators. I preferably don't need them Not that you can't use them. It's just that when you're trading, pre-market hours, and you're trading like within only going to trade the first 30 minutes of the open to just get that momentum. By the time these indicators kick in, it's usually too late. So it all depends what kind of trader you are. Not that they're bad. Listen, they work for swing trading, they work for option trading, futures, but it does not work for day trading. Day trading is basically, it's a short-term, quick profit, game over. So when it comes to this trading, ladies and gentlemen, and also when you keep things a lot more simple, it just makes things easier. Like AMD, look at the stock. Right at the gate, it goes from 30.90, it drops all the way down to $30, and it goes back up to 30.50. Why did it stop at $30? Even a brand name stock like AMD. Well, I don't know, because maybe it was a 136,000 share buyer out there at $30. Just got to follow the money, guys. Tom, could you get level 3 on E-minis? Yes, but I don't trade E-minis futures. I don't. Just, you know what? I'll give you an example. We're trading a stock right now in my trading room, and let me show you what we're looking at. Okay, I'm going to bring it over here to you. Hold on. Here's a stock that I'm trading right now. We're trading our trading room. All right, I hope everybody can see this. And actually, what you're watching right now is this is one of our training classes that one of my other instructors are doing. But we're looking at a stock called OSN. OSN, did you guys see this stock this morning? Here, look at this stock. I mean, 10 o'clock this morning went from 520 to 680. Okay? You buy 1,000 shares of that stock. Was that a $5,000 investment? In a matter of, I don't know, an hour, even 30 minutes, and now it's starting to take off. Would you make yourself there? A good $1.50? I don't know about you guys, but who doesn't want to make $1.50 on 1,000 shares? That's $1,500. That's over $250,000 salary. Who doesn't want that job? Oh, but I got to trade the S&P futures. It's just, you know what? Less risk, more reward. That's what it comes down to. So the thing is, you got to learn how to keep it very simple. People make trading more complicated than what it is. Listen, if you can't make money with one monitor, how the hell are you going to make money with 6? People always ask me, who's the cheapest broker? Can I get your layout? First of all, don't you want to see if this is for you or not? Don't you want to see if people actually make money doing this? Listen, trading is not for everybody. And I think every speaker here is going to tell you that. But you got to learn to keep it simple first before you go out there and start going crazy, finding why to buy this, why to buy that, who to trade this. Just learn how to keep it simple. Now I want to get into something else, because a lot of people always say, oh, I heard about these orders. How do you know they're real? How do you know people are just putting, fake orders out there? First of all, there's no brokerage firm that will ever let you put a fake order. So if anyone ever told you that, do yourself a favor. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. All right. You tell me a brokerage firm lets you put fake orders, I'll be the first one there. And I'll be, I'll be talking to you on my villa in Italy at, down the south, or the south of France, wherever it is. Just like, why there's no such thing of fake orders. Now, how do we know they're not fake? Well, there's something called time and sales. Anyone here use time and sales? Just following the orders. Time and sales gives us the confirmation of trades that are going off. Do you know that indicators get their orders from time and sales? Simple as that. Simple as that. So if you could just see the orders and color coordinate them in green and red, you just know where all the orders are. A lot of greens means people on the offer are getting executed, means the stock's going up. Getting a lot of reds, I don't know. People are selling it to the buyers on the bid, the stock is going down. Like this one, green, 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 green. Look at all these greens. What more do you need to tell you? The stock is going higher. You know what I mean? See, the problem with the chart is that if you're looking at a minute chart, you're 1 minute behind. You look at a 5-minute chart, you're 5 minutes behind. You look at a daily chart, you're 1 day behind. But if you look at a time and sales, you already know where the orders are, and it's just more of a graph of what's going off on time and sales. So think about it. You're basically one step ahead of everybody else. It's called the KISS method. Keep it super simple. Look at this stock. Red, purple means that those are trades below the bid. I mean, you want to hold on to a stock when everybody on the street is selling it? Good luck with that. How about shorting it? Any of you guys short? I always get people getting nervous on shorting. I don't know why. Shorting is great. I mean, whatever goes up comes down twice as fast. We actually make, if you do your statistics, you probably make more money on every short that you did than every long you made. Just how it is. People are more panicky. Things drop quickly. It's just a fun way of trading. So getting back to dollars, okay, why are we here? To make money, right? How do you make money? By following the money, focusing on your day's pay. Think about this for a second. If you made $1, and we see stocks move several dollars over the course of the day, but if you made $1, let's say on this stock, 250 shares, that's $250. You know how hard it is to make $250 to work out in the street? Try to get a job. You hear these politicians talk about $15 an hour, $15 an hour. Listen, how about, first, I can't live on $15 an hour. Neither can you. But I can live on $250 a day for some of us, right? Not where I live in New York, but it's a good starting job, you know, in a matter of, I don't know, 30 minutes, more or less. I don't think anyone's paying you $500 an hour. You don't need a lot of money to do this. You just got to find the trend and just focus on your day's pay. That's what it comes down to. Now, a little bit about Cyber Trading University, just telling you about, like, the video I just showed you. Actually, it's not a video. It's a live broadcast right now. What you're looking at right here, it's going to bring this back. This is actually Traders Talk, okay? Here at Cyber Trading University, we have, with our instructors, we don't teach our traders how to make money. We teach them how to stop losing it. That's not really our job. First of all, it's illegal. We can't tell you what to buy and sell unless you're registered. But our job is to show you how to stop losing it. So we do events all day at Cyber Trading University. And I want to invite all of you guys to see this stuff. I want you to see and listen to people like you that want to be successful. Listen to the great traders. Listen to the instructors. Analyze your trades. These are the interactions going to help you become very successful at it. You know, you got to remember, trading is not a full-time job. It's a part-time job. And actually, a full-time part of it is learning how to do it. But you got to surround yourself with people that have an interest and care about it as much as you. The love is so important. Not someone that's always out there to kind of like just make money off you and say, hey, here's 600 hours of videos, go knock yourself out and just send me a check for $1,000. Doesn't really work very well. So let's stop being confused, ladies and gentlemen. And let's learn how to keep things very simple, learn how to use level 3, see it live in the market, and trade with traders, including trading with me, and see what it's like all day. By the way, has any of you guys ever been in a trading room, a live trading room, just out of curiosity? Any of you guys ever been in a professional trading room? Some of you have? Okay. Chuck, you haven't. Chris, you have. Eric, Earl, you have. Oh, it is a good question. Somebody asked me, what does level 3 cost? Well, I could tell you this. When I started 25 years ago, it was about $1,000 a month. Now, is anyone here looking to spend $1,000 a month? I'll tell you one thing, I wasn't. That's why I blew up 2 accounts. But now it costs $15. So guess what? You're going to get it for $9. Does that sound cheap? Does that sound like a deal? Let me tell you guys something very important as a trader. Anybody that offers you something for free, run as fast as you can. Listen, the last thing you want is free stuff. Because my argument I always ask people is like, why are you giving it for free? How do you make money? Who had the time to write that program to give it for free? Well, what is the catch? There's obviously a catch. So the thing is, when it comes to trading, a long time ago, costs have came down substantially. That's why it blows my mind when I see people say, oh, how much are the ticket charges? How much is the software? Do you know I used to pay $20 to $25 a ticket? It used to cost me $50 to get into a trade. And I get people crying they can't make money at $5 a ticket. I'm like, yeah, try to be negative already $50 into a trade. So how did I do it then? Then people can't do it now? Because I was trained by great traders. And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to train you guys. I want to make sure you guys know what you're getting yourself involved in before you do it. See, what I just showed you on level 3, this is like kindergarten stuff. Don't take it the wrong way. This is really like kindergarten stuff. Oh, looks like we got someone else's webcam up. So that's basically what it comes down to. You don't really need to spend a lot of money. You just got to surround yourself with great traders doing it. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right, so that's a good question. So how do we basically find these big movers? So basically what we do is here at Cyber Trade University, I'm going to invite all of you guys to come into my professional trading room. I'm going to give you a week trial. Okay, and you're going to go in there, and this is the big thing. I don't want you to judge us on the winners. I want you to judge us how we control the losers. I think that's everyone's biggest problem. And you want to know where we find them. How do we like? By the way, has any of you guys ever trade pre-market? You ever trade at 8 o'clock in the morning before the market even opens up, before 9:30 Eastern time? Obviously, it's people all over the world. I mean, we may actually make most of our money in the pre-market. Well, I mean, you're going to see, we tweet, we trade, we work off our percentage gainers and losers. You know, listen, I don't care what MGI is. I have absolutely no clue what that stock does. You really think I care? But it's sure up 163% today. Yeah, but it's $3. You think I'm going to discriminate because it can't be a good company if it's trading at $3. Do you think what do you think? I'm buying the company? I'm looking to make my day's pay. That's all I'm looking to do. I mean, that's what it's all about. You want to trade something a little more expensive? All right. You could trade GTHX at $24. Hey, you know what? 50 cents on a $25 stock is the same 50 cents that you're going to make on a $4 stock. What's the difference? You're risking 5 times less money. You're dealing with a less experienced trader. And you'll be able to see more volume where you've seen 54 million shares traded, where you get versus, I don't know, 2 million shares, maybe a better spread. All these things you're going to learn in the trading room, okay? So getting back to what Chuck just mentioned, so how I register. So let me just tell you a little bit about what we're going to do. I want all of you guys to come to the original trading room that I started 25 years ago. You see a lot of people opening them up now, but I want you to come to the original one, and I want you to see what all the buzz is, and why I'm a 12-time world champion, and why you're seeing a lot of schools out there in out there in today's industry graduated from Cyber Trade University. Hey, maybe you could start your own school. Maybe you could start your own chat room. Well, where did everybody learn? They all learned from me, believe it or not. But don't take my word for it. You're going to see yourself. And not only that, but I want to show you some videos. I want to teach you the art of it. How does it work? Everything. Listen, I love teaching people. I hate seeing people lose money. There's no reason for it. There's really not. There's 99% of the people in this world are self-taught. 80% of them are going to lose all their money. It's just actually going to lose more than that because they always try to find more. It's just not worth it. Why not go out there and make a very, very small investment, see the real truth about it, right? See why we trade a stock like ARQL and it goes from $8.20 to $10 in about an hour. It's like I heard about it. I never seen one before. Guess what? We do this every day. Every day. I personally guarantee it. Stocks like RKDA, this afternoon runner, stock goes from $7.50 to $10. Who doesn't want that job? I mean, you don't want to trade a stock because you can't afford it. So why go out there? But think about it. The potential money you could make is just ridiculous. Think about it. 50 lousy little stinking cents is 500 a day. It's a six-figure salary. Let me tell you, Social Security's not going to pay that much. Your pension's not going to pay that much, depending who you work for. But at the end of the day, guys, listen, you want to do this. You want to be successful at it. You want to spend more time with your family. You worked hard. Maybe you want to, give back to your kids, help them not to suffer. I guess that's what we always focus on. I'm a family man. I got 3 wonderful boys. Been married for over 20 years. I mean, people tell me, so that sounds like a unicorn. I never heard someone. Very rarely you hear people married that long. Well, listen. I feel that the way you build a business is the way you build a family. I mean, that's what it is. But what causes, divorces in families? Bad business decisions. You want to get married to the right person, but money could be a big issue in a marriage. It really could. It helps. So why not enjoy it? So learn from mentors, guys. And listen, just not from me. I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to learn from a couple of mentors. Just going to need more than one. But the thing is, you'll spend more time with your family. You'll enjoy things that you always want to do in life. But you got to learn how to do it right. So everything that I covered about finding stocks to trade, learning how to trade in pre-market, learning how to find level 3, how it works, trading with others, I want to show you all this stuff. And like I told you, I can't teach you within this hour. I could just make you teach you enough to be dangerous. Now you got to make the decision and take the time and say, you know what? Let me see what this whole buzz is about. Let me see why, I heard about level 3, or there's a first time I heard about it. It makes sense. Let me see it in the real market conditions. So what I like to, and not only that, but seeing why Cybertrade University has been endorsed by more brokerage firms than anyone in the industry, which, by the way, that alone should basically spark your interest. Let me tell you, you think companies like TradeStation, TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, Tastyworks, Charles Schwab would ever have Fausto speak on the behalf because he teaches people how to lose money? Very, very important when it comes when you get those endorsements. So this is basically what I'm offering all of you. I'm not asking for a lot of money, guys. And honestly, I really don't need the money. I need to know if you're a real person. So this is what I'm doing. For $9, I'm going to give you 1 week in my cyber group trading room. You're going to get 3 daily market meetings. You're going to get a morning and afternoon watch list, your own personal education advisor. Yes, you're going to actually talk to somebody here at our office. You're going to get a live Q&A trading session. And you know what? After the week, if you don't like it, say, you know what, it wasn't for me, Fausto. I'll give you $9 back. Trust me, I don't need the $9, okay? But if you want to learn how to do it successful, I'm also going to give you a bonus. Once we're in the middle of the week, we're going to go out there, and I'll even do a conference call with you. And then I will make that decision for you if trading is for you or not. You'll get that consultation. Listen, look at us as being a doctor's office. You got this problem. You got this procedure, God forbid. Don't you want to talk to the doctor and make sure that you're making the right decision, or making sure that really is your, what you need to do, your cure that's going to make you successful? Well, guess what? It's the same exact thing. So go out there. You can see Traders Talk Live. Just put the link up there. Click on that link. Pay the $9. Talk to Education Advisor. I recommend you to start your training on Monday, so you get to watch some of the training videos over the weekend. And then watch, we got the 3 L's. Look, listen, and learn, and you'll see if trading's for you or not. All right, guys. Now, I'm pretty much out of time. So anyway, there you go, guys. So thanks for having me, Traders Talk Live. And guys, enjoy the next presentation, and hopefully see you all next week in the trading room. Thanks, everybody.